Welcome to the Boys of the Blue Triangle Men's Skill Set. This is month 4, dealing with moving a bit differently. Week 4. Building a powerful team of muscles and joints. Topics covered are posture power, pain-free arms, shoulders and neck.
Now, protecting the shoulders and the upper back, the high markers, the reaching above your head functions, is challenging once you're over about age 50. So if you do go to the gym, the best single piece of apparatus in the gym for stabilising your shoulders is by far the wall pulley. The wall pulley, the best piece of apparatus by a long shot. And we'll look in this video at how the wall pulley can be used. When you're standing facing the pulley, you grip the stirrup with your right hand and the left foot forward and pull your right elbow back and down. The shoulders, remember, like to be back and down. An advanced version to this drill is to stand on the left leg only when pulling with the right hand. That not only uses the muscles that retract and depress the shoulder into a safe position, but it links the right shoulder with the left hip, and this gives a very strong middle section in your back. Of course, repeat the other side. 3 to 6 repetitions. Every second day is a good plan, not every day. Now, once you've got all of these drills learned, the next thing to do is to put them into a mini workout. So what we're going to look at next is how would you put all these things into a 10-minute workout to help stabilise and warm up all of these muscles and joints, either for physical work during the day or for weekend warfare when you're going to cut some wood or work in the garden and you don't want to hurt yourself. This is a fantastic drill to learn for that. This program requires all participants to be fit and ready for work. If you are not, check with your supervisor before commencing this preparation for work today. As we all know, breakfast is an important meal for safe work. Ensure that you eat at least 1 to 2 pieces of fruit and have a glass of water before you start work. Stop this program if you experience any pain or dizziness. Do not perform any actions you have been advised against by your health care professional. There are 3 key objectives. The first is to prepare you for work safely. The second is to reduce the risk of injury to you whilst you are at work. And the third is to reduce the personal damage to you if an adverse event does take place. So how do we achieve those objectives? The first is to arrive at the aerobic threshold. That is the difference between resting metabolism and working metabolism, getting the oxygen supply to your muscles greater than is required for the work in hand, but in preparation for the work ahead. The second is to mobilize the joints and activate the muscles that support those joints that control effective and safe postures. And the third is to activate your neural system, that is to have the brain talking to the muscles and joints through the nerve pathways that creates synergies and team play that provides for safe actions. Okay, let's get started. Let's start sort of marching on the spot. This is starting our aerobic respiration. You can't do this if you're sitting in the car. You can't do this if you're still in bed. You can't do this if you're actually sitting at the desk. Simply lift one knee, lift the opposite arm. This is starting to say to our body, wake up, get up, warm up. Guess what? It's time for working. Now in the next drill, we're aiming at neural activation. That is using the pathways from the brain to your trunk to stabilize your body. Now, the idea is you push your fingers in your waistline just above your hips, and you push out hard to try to evict your fingers. And that way you're asking the muscles that brace your trunk, these external oblique muscles, you're asking them to work hard. Push hard and relax. Push hard, and when you're pushing, make sure you don't hold your breath. Relax. That makes sure our back muscles, our trunk muscles, are switched on. Now we behave like seagulls. Stand on one foot. Stand on your right foot. Just raise your left knee. Try to get your thigh horizontal. And this will force your central nervous system to talk to the muscles that stop you falling over. Change sides. So you stand on your left side and lift your right knee. Up thigh horizontal. Make sure you don't hold your breath. Look straight ahead and maintain a safe posture. Now, we then change this to be more demanding. So we go back to standing on the right leg, raise the left knee, and this time close your eyes. So now you are really activating your balance system. Previously, you were using your eyesight as a cue for stability. Change sides again. This is fairly challenging work. And you will notice there will be often sometimes big differences between your right and left sides with your eyes open or closed. That can tell us a lot about the damage we've suffered along the way. Now we're starting on some synergistic work, linking the lower to upper body. Stand on your right foot and simply lift your left knee to the thigh being horizontal. And try to keep your left foot from touching the floor. Change sides, stand on the left and just lift your right knee. As much as possible, try to maintain the contact only with your left foot. Now we're going to extend the intensity with standing on right leg, left knee up and right arm up. And then we exchange those sides. This is a very simple marching action most of us find very challenging. Simply remember, if the left knee is up, the right arm is up. Change sides, stand on the left, right knee up, and exchange the arms. So if the right knee is up, the left arm is up. This is a fantastic drill for asking all the muscles in your body to do their work. The next drill is the sit down. Stand with the back of your knee touching the chair behind you. Make sure the chair is stable. And you descend into the sitting position without allowing the back of your knee to move off the chair. And you then lift yourself into the standing position. Use your arms as a counter lever. Make sure your lower back has the natural lordotic curve. So backs of the knee against the chair. Lift your body with your hands. And that procedure will help strengthen the link between your heels, your knees, your hips, and your lower back. Now we're going to recruit those muscles in a different contraction mode. We lay on the floor. We put the heels on the edge of a chair. We brace our lower back. We push those muscles out, the external obliques, and we lift the hips off the floor until we're in a sort of plank position, a straight line from the ankle through to the shoulder. Now this will really recruit those muscles from your lower back, your hip, your hamstrings, your knee, your calf muscles, right down to your heels. This is a terrific exercise for getting ready for work with your back. Now we're going to target the muscles on either side of the trunk. So the left side first. We rest on your elbow on a towel and we lift laterally toward the ceiling, so that we end up in a bit of a plank position, side on. Now, we aim at bracing the trunk using those external obliques, pushing out as we lift. And you don't hold your breath at all. we change sides, so you give the opposite elbow some work. So start off with your right elbow and then switch to your left elbow and lift the hips off the floor. You can use your hands on the floor as a helper to get started. This is aimed at strengthening those muscles we asked to switch on earlier with the neural activation by pushing out. Now we have worked those muscles in the trunk, the hips, the thigh, the lower back. We're going to do some stretching of them. So in this drill, we lie on our back, lift the right leg, lay the leg over the center line of the body until it hangs freely and you can feel the stretch running along from your right knee through your hip into your lower back. Now, a stretch pain and a joint pain is different. You should not have any pain in the joints. So we then work the other side, lift the left leg and allow the leg to lay toward the right side, keeping your arms on the floor in a bit of a crucifix position. And you allow the leg, the weight of the leg, to gradually lower your foot toward the floor. Don't try to force it down. See if you can relax your whole body. Make sure your breathing is normal throughout. Now we are going to stretch the hamstring muscle a little bit. This is a muscle that works the knee in the posterior side. So we hook the heel with the towel so that you can pull the leg gradually straight whilst you're laying flat pretty safely on the floor. When your knee is comfortably straight, just put a little pressure on the towel to pull your foot slightly toward your shoulder. Try to relax as this is taking place. It isn't that easy. The important thing is not to move quickly, and you gradually allow the muscle to stretch whilst you are relaxed in normal breathing state. You then relax, bend the knee, disengage the towel, and hook the towel on the other foot on the other side. After you've held that position for, say, 20 to 30 seconds, the central nervous system starts to get used to the idea and allows the muscle to relax. If you wish, if you feel comfortable, you can apply a little bit more pressure on the towel. There should be no pain felt during this process, only that mild discomfort of stretching. Now in the standing position, we're going to use the towel again to help mobilize and activate the muscles and nerves surrounding the shoulders and arms. So we pass the towel over your head with your right hand, grasp it with your left hand, and gently imagine you're drying your back, or a bit of a back scratcher going on. So push up, pull down with the opposite side. Now, most of us over about age 50 have some significant damage to our shoulders. So be super aware of any pain you feel in your joints. Pain is not useful. The next drill is to grasp the towel behind your body in both hands and imagine you're pulling your shoulder blades together as you lift the towel. This helps train the muscles of your upper back to engage and shorten, and ask the muscles in your chest to relax and lengthen. And this helps our posture be positive throughout the rest of the day. Okay, grand finale. We're back to the marching position. We stand on the right leg and we lift the left knee up and the right arm up, and we perform the marching action, but we do so with our eyes closed. Now the goal here is to measure how many times you can perform this drill without touching the floor with your moving leg. And obviously we change sides. Now each time you can do this without touching the floor, you get 1 point. So you count up all the points that you achieve by performing the marching with your eyes closed. You'll notice in my case I got 2 points, not very many. This is an honesty system. Now, the next part is simply to taper off, simply marching on the spot. I want you to record each of your performances every single day with that marching drill, so that your balance performance and your synergy, your neural activation, your muscle activation, your joint mobility, we can measure and celebrate. Thank you. Let's get to work. Stretching, of course, should always be done at the end of training, and now we have learned the stretching for the calf and the shin, which we do when we're doing our walking, the hamstrings and the glutes and the lower back, the chest and the shoulders we learned in the last video. We only need to do 1 repetition of stretching, but hold the position for more than 30 seconds.
Now complete the quiz that looks at this video and return the results.